Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. If you're looking to format your paper into an APA style in Google Docs, you're in the right place. I'm going to show you everything you need to know. It's quick, it's easy, so stick close and let's get into it. So the first thing we want to do is format our page. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are using 12 as our font size, and we want to use Times New Roman over here. Then we're going to go over to File on the left hand side, and we're going to go all the way down to Page Setup, and here you want to know that it must be in Portrait, and our margins need to be in 2.54 centimeters or 1 inch. The paper size should stay the same, and we can just say OK. From here, we're going to go over to the right-hand side and look for line and paragraph spacing. And here we want to make sure that it is on double. And we also want to make sure that it says prevent single line. So we're going to make sure that that is on. Right. The next thing we want to do is we want to pull our ruler to 1/2 inch. So we're going to have a look at this left indent. So we're going to make sure that it's either 0.5 inches or 1.75 centimeters. So we're going to go in over here and 1.75. Now that's where our indent will be. So what we want to do is on our header, we want to double click to open up our header options. And here, the first thing we want to do is tap on different first page, because this header will only be on our very first page. All right. So from here, you want to type in running head, and we're going to use colon. And here you want to add your title, and you want to make sure that it is in capital letters. So from here, once we're done, we'll click away. The next thing we want to do is add our first page. So over here, we are going to make sure that this is our full title. And underneath our full title, we want to make sure that we've got our author's names, and this should be in full names, and you can do one author name per line. Thereafter, you want to make sure that you've got the institution or the affiliation name. What we want to do to this now is go ahead, and the full title is going to be aligned to the left. The author's names, as well as the institution or affiliation name, we are going to center. So we're going to go to alignment, make sure that it's center, and this is what your first page will look like. So the next thing we're going to do is define how our headings are written. So we are going to write heading 1, and this will be all of our heading 1s formatted. So what we want to do is make sure that we've selected it, and we need it to be bold. We also need it to be centered, and it needs to be in capital letters, as you can see. Heading 2 needs to be bold. So let us type heading 2, and it needs to be bold, and it needs to be aligned to the left side. And we don't want any indent on this. So what we want to do is we're just going to click on the left side here, and we're going to move it over to the beginning of the page. So thereafter, we will go ahead and we will type in heading 3. And here again, this must be bold. It must be aligned to the left. And what we want to do is tap on tab, and this will indent it 1 space. And thereafter, what you want is you want your text to begin right here. Jumping into heading 4, where we're going to go ahead and we are going to again make it bold. So let's just make sure that it's bold. We also are going to make this italic, and we are going to give it a left alignment, and we are going to indent it so it's the same as heading 3. And again, right over here, the text begins immediately, as you can see. So this will not be italic. Of course, we need to just change that. So that's what it will look like there. Then we've got our last heading, and this heading, which is heading number 5, will look as follows. We have no bold, so let us remove the bold. We need to, however, add italics. It needs to be aligned to the left and indented, as you can see over here. And again, we are going to just type here, text begins here. And we're going to make sure that this is also not in italics. So this is the layout that you're going to be using throughout your paper when using these headings. If you're using a heading 1, that's where it needs to be, and that's what it needs to look like. Now let's say that you are required to include an abstract. So what we're going to do here is we're going to keep our font size the same. We are going to just double click on this. What we need here is the alignment to be center. It also needs to stay without a bold. And what you need to do here is you need to add a summary. Just underneath this, we are going to align this to the left-hand side. And your summary needs to be about 250 words. Hereafter, you are going to jump down here and we're going to type in keywords, and what you want to do is make sure that you are making this italic. So the style here is italic. We're going to keep it to the left, the alignment, and here we want to make sure that it's not bold. So here you will include any type of keywords that are related to your paper, and you will list between 10 and 20 depending on how long your paper is. Now for the last part, we are going to be adding in references. Now this can't be forgotten. So once we have added references, you'll see that we want to make sure that it is not in italics. We want to make sure that there is no styling on here at all. So it's going to be no italics, no bold. It is going to be centered. So your alignment must be changed to centered. And what you want to do here is we want to then make our references on the left aligned and no indent. And what we want here is we want to add references and keep them in alphabetical order. So this is what it will look like, and you can then continue to add your references accordingly. You may also want to add citations, and you can do so by using an extension or the built-in citation feature on Google Docs. There we go, folks. You have now successfully formatted your paper into an APA style. If this was helpful, you can go ahead, drop us a like, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.